refer to reconciliations. There's an internal and there's an external reconciliation. Internally means we make all the mistakes, and this is where we compare our control account, whether it's a debtors control or the creditors control account, with a list of debtors and creditors. This is what we are going to do in grade 10. Yes, we are going to do that in grade 11 and 12 as well, but in grade 10 we focus on this one. External reconciliations is when we receive a statement from outside the business, from the creditor, and then we compare the statement from the creditor with our books, and then we see it's not the same, and then we start correcting mistakes. We decide, was this our mistake or was it the creditor's mistake? And this is what we're going to do in grade 11 and 12. So for this year mostly, we will only reconcile the control account with a list to get those the same. Some basic principles that you can remember. The first three are easy ones. If a transaction was not entered at all, it means both the control account and the list must be influenced. We haven't made any entry, so both will be influenced. If the mistake was made on the source document, that piece of paper, if I wrote the incorrect amount on the piece of paper, obviously the entry in the journal will be wrong and then the posting will be wrong. So both will be affected, the control account as well as the list. If it was entered incorrectly on the source and in the journal, it was correct on the source document, but then from the source document we entered it incorrectly in the journal and posted it as such. Obviously, both the control and the list will be influenced because the amount shown in the journal is wrong. So those are the three easy ones. The fourth one, a column total of a journal was added incorrectly. The moment we refer to column totals, we know it will only be the control account. If you think logically about this, if this was a mistake to be corrected in the list, which debtor will be influenced? We can't debit or credit a specific debtor because it's a column total. So it will only affect the control account. If a mistake was made posting to the debtors or the creditors account, obviously it's only the list. We've entered it correctly in the CJ, but when we posted to the creditors account, there was a mistake. So the list will be affected. And then the last one, the column total of a journal was incorrectly posted. In other words, to the wrong side of the account. Instead of debiting, we credited the account. Again, it will only be the control account that will be influenced. So if you can remember these 6 principles, maybe it will help you with this. We're looking at 2 activities. Activity 2 in the activity book, page 18, answer book, page 23, and then that's with regard to debtors, and activity 3 refers to creditors. The way that we can ask reconciliations can be where we ask you to complete the correct debtors control account or creditors control account, as well as show the correct list of debtors or creditors. So that is the one way which we can ask it. We can also ask you to just calculate the control account balance, but show the correct list. And then the third option is like these 2 activities where we give it to you in table format. But the principles stay the same. You must still ask yourself the same question: will it influence the control account, will it influence the list, or will it influence both? Activity 2, debtors reconciliation. We must calculate the correct balance of the debtors control account and the correct total of the debtors list. They give us the incorrect balance and total. Those 2 are supposed to be the same, they're not the same. And then they give us the mistakes that we must correct. First thing, we must bring down those incorrect balances. Debtors control had a debit balance, an incorrect debit balance, 9933, and the list added up to 9,442, which is wrong. Can be that only the one is wrong, can be that both are wrong. Number A, the total of the sales column in the DJ was overcast, added up by too much, by 100 Rand. It's a column total, and if you remember from our slide, if a column total is the problem, then only the control account is influenced. In the DJ, we know debtors will increase. But now that was added up with 100 Rand too much, so we will have to credit, subtract from the debtors control account. Number B, an amount of 95 Rand in the debtors column in the CRJ was not posted to the debtors account in the debtors ledger. Obviously, this only refers to the list, so it will be in the list. It was in the debtors control column in the CRJ. That means a debtor paid us. We received money. We debited bank. We did not credit this debtor, so we must still credit that debtor. It must still decrease. Remember, debtors control, debit is plus, credit is minus. Number C, a credit note issued for 28 was not entered at all. Not entered at all, we know both. A credit note means a debtor returned goods. That means a debtor must decrease. So we must credit the control account and the list. We must still make the entry. We must still show the debtor to be credited, and we must also credit the debtors control account. And the last one, the total of the debtors allowance column, again a total of a column in the DAJ was posted to the debit side of the debtors control account. So the problem is here in the control account. In the DAJ, we know that debtors return goods. So we are supposed to credit the debtors control account. But we've debited. We've debited that account with 243. If we just credit once, it means we're just cancelling that one. So we must credit with another 243. So we're going to credit that account with 486. If it's only once, then we just cancel the wrong one. We want a credit of 243 on the debtors control because it's in the DAJ. Our debtors decreased. If we add up the totals, the debit column stayed the same. Credit adds up to 614. Debit column stayed 9442, and this one is 123. And this now is the nice part of reconciliation. 9933 minus the 614 will give us a balance in the control account, 9319. List of debtors, we had the incorrect one. We subtracted 123, and there's the magic. These two are the same. So we've reconciled these two. And that is what it is supposed to be. They are supposed to be the same. The next activity is on creditors. The same principles, but now we must just remember creditor is a liability. CJ will increase, CAJ will decrease. we must indicate by using plus or minus, and there's a rather big difference. Creditors control account 16,000, but the list 19,000. So somewhere we made big mistakes. They gave us now only one column, so we must indicate a plus or a minus. If we had a debit or credit column, then credit would have been plus and debit minus, the opposite of debtors. But now they just give us in the control account, in the list, and we must indicate where to plus or to minus. The first one, the creditors list, was undercast by 1,000. So this one needs another 1,000 rand. It was added up with 1,000 rand too little. Therefore, we add another 1,000. The balance of the creditors control account, referring to this one, was overcast by 100 rand. We added up 100 rand too much. We must subtract that 100 rand, adding up mistake. 3.3, the creditors column in the CJ was undercast by 300. It's a column total. Remember from our slide, when it's a total, it's the control account only. The creditors control column in the CJ. In the CJ, our creditors increase. But we've increased with 300 rand too little, so we must add the 300 rand there. 3.4, an invoice has not yet been entered in the CJ. Oh, this is a nice one. Not entered at all. I don't even have to think. It influences both. Invoice means I bought on credit. That means our creditors must increase. It will increase the control account as well as the list. Discount 120 was not entered. Remember, we have to read until the end. In the account of the creditor, JJ Suppliers. If we only stop there and think it is a very nice one like that again, we will enter it in both. But remember, we read 3 times. The discount was not entered in the account of the creditor. So it was not entered in the list. Discount means we must subtract. And the last one, a debit note for 1,600 was correctly entered in the correct journal, but posted as credit purchases to the individual creditor's account. So the problem is here with the list. A debit note means we return goods to the creditor. So that creditor, because it's a liability, which increases on the debit side and decreases on the debit side, we were supposed to decrease that with 1,600. But it was posted as credit purchases. So we increased that creditor's account with 1,600. It was supposed to be debited. We were supposed to subtract. Therefore, if we just do that once, it means we're just cancelling. So we have to do it twice. Therefore, minus 3,200. And then once again, the magic. We start doing our calculation. Remember to add that one as well. 18,700. Holding our breath. 19,260 plus 1,000 plus 1,760 minus 120 minus that also gives you 18,700. Now, what do we do if we come to the end of a question like this and our list and control account doesn't have the same balance? The first thing you do, you add up again. Very often, it's just a calculation mistake. You just entered the amounts incorrectly on your calculator. So calculate again the debit and the credit, or the control account and the list. See if that wasn't a mistake. If that wasn't a mistake, calculate the difference between the columns. See if you can find that amount. If you can't find that amount, take the difference, multiply by 2, look for the amount, can't find it, take the difference, divide by 2, see if you can find that. You can't find that. What do you do next? You move on to the next question. Because very often it's only one mistake that you made somewhere, and now you spend too much time on trying to find this mistake, and then you lose time that you could have spent on another question. I hope that this really helped you with the reconciliation. You are going to do a lot of those activities, so be patient with yourself if you struggle at the beginning. And then good luck for the rest of this term, also for the next term. Please continue to work hard in class and at home. And remember to enjoy your accounting.